What is up, guys? It is Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. Bringing you a video tonight. Russo's feeling a little under the weather, so keep him in your prayers. Nothing doesn't seem like too crazy, but he's definitely not feeling well enough to do the show tonight. So gonna bring you some picks alone. Not a big deal. He'll be back in the next video. Happens. I've been under the weather plenty. I know how it is. It sucks. So when you're feeling down like that, even just getting on camera sometimes sucks. So keep him in your prayers for sure. He will be back though. So yeah, let's go over a quick recap. I'm just gonna recap my plays, and I'll let him recap his on Monday when we do the video for Monday night's games together. So yeah, so my picks for the day went 1-1. I put out another 4 on my channel that ended up hitting. So I made a 6-man with everything and just missed with Jalen Warren. I power played this just for $10 and would have hit for 375, but Jalen Warren just, the Ravens are tough, man. The Ravens played very tough defense tonight, so it was a hard game for them to get going in. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but I did end up power playing the other 4 picks as well and hitting on that one, so that was nice. But yeah, the picks for BDFS, I was right about Robert Woods. He definitely helped out, and he was a big part of that Houston win. He only had 22 receiving yards, but he had some big grabs that helped them move the chains. So shout out to Robert Woods for getting over that 11.5/10.5 line. It ended up getting bumped down. I can't believe people are taking the under on that. That's wild. But yeah, Jalen Warren, man, just had a really tough go of things. Him and Najee both just couldn't get anything going. The Pittsburgh Steelers offense as a whole put up 0 points in the first half, so kind of a blowout there. In the second half, though, luckily for me and a bunch of other people, I'm sure George Pickens was able to get going. So yeah, we're gonna bounce back though. I feel good about the 4 I've got picked out for you guys today. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like to the channel. We appreciate you guys very much, and we're excited to keep bringing you guys awesome content. So for tonight, you're just gonna have to bear with me. But yeah, gonna quickly talk about our sponsors. So if you haven't checked out any of our sponsors, they help keep the show running, so it really does mean a lot to us when you guys help us out and use our codes. If you use code BACKDOOR over on Parlay Play, they're going to give you a 100% match up to $100, and they're going to give you a free play, or actually it's a free slip, so you get to make a free first slip, and they're going to make that free for you, so you can try to cash that free first slip. It's a lot of fun. And we're also going to throw in 30 days in our Discord for free. So if you guys want to, if you use that code over on Parlay Play, we are going to give you that 30 days. So all you have to do is email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we're going to hook you up with that 30 days. Just tell us your name. We'll check the name with Parlay Play. It only takes like less than 24 hours, so we'll get you by the next morning, and we'll get you hooked up with that Discord access. If you don't want to do that, you can always join the Discord by just going to the link in the description and checking out the Patreon link. They manage our subscriptions for Discord, so just hop in there, join through Patreon. I think it's like $12.99 or $11.99, so definitely really worth it. We had a lot of fun in there, all chatting all day. I was in there all day just hamming it up with everybody. It was a lot of fun. So gonna do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so right after I get out of church, I'll be watching the games. So yeah, and then if you want to check out Better, we're sponsored with Better now too. They're a really fun app. I had all of them going today. It was a lot of fun. Ended up cashing a little 4-man on Better as well. But if you go to Better, use code BACKDOOR, and they'll match your first deposit up to $200, and they'll give you a free play, or yeah, free play to help you cash your first slip. So you can throw a free like 0.5 play in with your group of guys, and they'll give you that free play. And then also Underdog, if you go over there, they're gonna give you a free play as well, and they're gonna hook you up with up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So really cool of them to do that. So go check out Underdog. They're probably one of my favorites as well. Love playing on all these platforms. Any hoozle, let's get into the bread and butter here, guys. So these are the 4 picks I've got for you guys tonight. I'm going to zoom up on this so you guys can see it, and then I'll zoom out in a second. But I've got Rashad White for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's a running back. I'm taking this over 28.5 rushing and receiving yards. I can't believe people think this guy's not going to be a part of the game plan tomorrow at all. That's crazy. So I'm taking this over 28.5. This just seems crazy. Keon Coleman, receiver for the Buffalo Bills, taking him over 3.5 receiving targets. Mike Evans for a touchdown. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver. Hopefully all of you know Mike Evans. Taking him for over a rushing and receiving touchdown. And then James Cook, running back for the Buffalo Bills, taking him over 12 fantasy score. So, gonna get into that. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. I'm not kidding. All right, let's get into this. Rashad White. I cannot believe people think this guy is just like not going to be a part of the game plan at all. 28.5. He's hit this in 14 out of 16 games this year. I know he didn't play in that game against New Orleans. I don't know why either. Maybe they're saving him for playoffs. I don't think Bucky Irving's just going to be the main back. I know he's going to be probably getting a majority of the carries, but Rashad White's going to be a part of this, guys. I don't care what you say. 30th in rushing yards allowed, or 29th in rushing yards allowed, running backs, and first in receiving yards. So tough receiving matchup. Rashad White is probably one of the better receiving backs, honestly. The dude's got great hands. He's a converted wide receiver. He plays amazing coming out of the backfield. So this is ridiculous. Averaging 8.3 rush attempts. I know over the last 3 games it's been a little spotty, but even on 3 rush attempts, the dude went for 10 rushing yards. And then if you look at his let's see his catches there, he had 8 targets in that game for 7 receptions, and he had 50 yards. So I don't even care. I don't care if he gets 1 reception. I want the rushing and receiving. I think it's just ridiculously low. His rushing is low too. His rushing set at like 15.5, 14.5. I don't get it. So if you want to take that, you can take that too. That's stupidly low. I'm going to be playing both, but fair share of it's going to be on the rushing and receiving, because if you guys know Rashad White, the dude is a heck of a receiving back. So I'm going to be taking that. If we look at this one, it's favored to go over -122. Feeling great about it. It's juiced across the board to go over. Next up, Keon Coleman over 3.5 receiving targets. I feel good about this. The last 2 games he's gone for 7 and 10. I think he's going to be a part of the game plan. 28th in receiving targets allowed. Denver is tough. They're going to put up points. I think there's a big chance for an upset here. So I think Buffalo's going to sling the ball. 4 targets surely are going to go Keon Coleman's way. I mean, Amari Cooper's been a ghost since he's got there. So he'll probably be a big part of the game plan tomorrow. Amari Cooper will be, because they need him to be. He's a veteran on the team, but Keon Coleman, man, looks really, really good. So he's gone over this 8 out of 13 games on the season. I think Keon Coleman's one of their best receiving options. So I like him to get 4 targets in this game. This one's just a -128 both ways. So go with your gut on this one. If you don't like it, you don't got to take it. So that's gonna be all I have to say about that one. It's a great receiving target matchup. Denver's kind of a pass funnel at the same time, so they're gonna let these guys catch the ball and they're gonna rally to the football. If you look at the receptions here, it tells the whole story. 26 in receptions allowed. They're a pass funnel. They let you catch the ball, and then they're going to tackle you really hard and make you want to not catch the ball again. And are we 100% positive that Sean Payton is not putting targets on these guys' heads? I don't know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Bountygate. But Keon Coleman, I feel great about this to go over. So it's juiced both ways at the same odds. So if you don't like it, you don't got to take it. Mike Evans touchdown. Let me explain to you why I like this one, because it's not juiced to go over. It's favored to the under to -124. He had 2 touchdowns in the last game against Washington. Washington has some of the smallest corners height-wise, and they're very skinny guys. They're all very, very skinny. So for these guys to cover one of the biggest, strongest corner or wide receivers in the game in Mike Evans, who is known for his contested catches. I mean, you're talking about this team against Carolina. They let Bucky Irving rush the ball all the way up to like the 1-yard line, and then they just throw it up for Mike Evans, who's just got his hands on someone's shoulders, and he's just going to go up and grab the ball, and there's nothing you can do about it. So against 5'9", 5'11" cornerbacks, there's just no way they're stopping this guy the whole game. So if they get to the goal line, even if they don't, I think Mike Evans catches the touchdown somewhere in this game. Last time they played him, he had 2 touchdowns. That was really, I think it was the first game of the year, or no, it was really early in the year though. Mike Evans went for 5 red zone targets, and he caught, 5 red zone targets. Oh, team red. Okay, so he had 3 red zone targets. I see what they're saying here. I was trying to read that. It says team red zone targets. They had 5 red zone targets as a team. 3 of them went to Mike Evans. So that tells you the whole story right there. On the year, 7 out of 14. Obviously, he missed a lot of games this year with the hamstring injury. But, you know, he played great. 7 touchdowns. He got the 1,000 yards. So Mike Evans is a baller, man. I drafted him in my Dynasty League for a reason. I'm a huge Mike Evans fan. I mean, this guy's just a living legend, and I like this guy a lot. He's just really fun to watch every year. So 6 in touchdowns against wide receivers. 19th overall in touchdowns allowed. So I think this is a money matchup for Money Mike. So going with him. And then for my last play here, I've got James Cook for over 12 fantasy score. I think James Cook's going to do awesome in this game. He's gone over this fantasy score line at 12. 10 out of 16 games. It just seems like he always has an impactful play at some point in the game, whether it's a touchdown run, a massive run for like 60 yards or 40 yards or whatever it is. It seems like James Cook's always making a splash play. So I just like him to get his legs churning early in this game. If Buffalo gets up, they're going to use James Cook to run the clock. I think Ray Davis gets involved in this game too, but I think James Cook obviously is going to be the main guy they lean on in the run attack. The last two games were, you know, obviously they got washed by New England at the end of the year. Super weird, but that 40-point blowout against New York, I don't even know if the starters kept playing. I think Ray Davis came in. I think it was the backup quarterback too. Very interesting games, but they not destroyed, but they beat New England 2 games prior, and he went for 27 fantasy score, and then he went for 8.8. So they shut him out of that game, but he's gone for 19 against Kansas City, who's like the #1 rushing defense, gone for 19 against San Francisco. I'm not afraid of this matchup for him. If we take a look at the rushing matchup here, rushing yards allowed, they're 5th in rushing yards allowed. Very tough. If we look at receiving for backs here, they are 26th in receiving yards allowed. So like I said, Ray Davis receiving props are something you probably want to look at, right? But James Cook, man, I think he could get a couple receptions too. He's gone for 5 receptions before. You know, he gets targeted heavily out of the backfield as well. 6 targets, 5 targets, 6 targets. So if he starts getting targeted, this fantasy score is going to be cash money. So yeah, it's a full point PPR on Prize Picks. So if you guys don't know what full PPR means, it means they get a full 1 point per reception. So if he gets a reception, that's 1 point. If he gets 3 receptions, all he needs is 9 fantasy score to go over for us on the rest of the day. And that's not asking a lot from someone like James Cook. So I want the full fantasy score for him at 12. Stupidly low. Definitely going to be playing these 4 plays. I've already got them locked in. So yeah, gonna be they're shared to the Discord and everything, so they can vouch for me on that one. If you guys want to join the Discord, please do. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, we're gonna be hanging out in there all day tomorrow. As soon as I make my food after church, I'm gonna be sitting down watching the games. So I hope to see you guys in there. Hope to see some new faces in there tomorrow. Don't be shy. Say hello if you do join. I appreciate you guys a lot. God bless you. That is going to do it for me tonight. Like I said, Russo will be back in the next video. He's just not feeling great tonight, so keep Russo in your prayers. Yeah, so I'm feeling good about these 4 picks, guys. Let me know what you're getting into in the comments. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. So good luck, guys.